I've learned an expression about thinking about bakers versus chefs. I've heard that a good baker can't be a good chef and a good chef can't be a good baker, and they're very different. Usually the baker is someone that is very precise, really focused more on detailed measurements to make sure everything is right, because if anything is not measured correctly, the food will taste terrible, or the baked item will come off very bad. Whereas on the flip side, chefs are ones that love creativity, like to put a pinch of salt here, like to think, well, what kind of flavor concoction can I change? How can I make it taste better by altering something and adjusting it? And they're more like the artists. Now, that's not always the case. You think about pastry chefs, for example, by definition are both a creative chef as well as a baker. So there are differences to that. A lot of times what happens is a lot of the facial plastic surgeons out there, to me, are very good bakers, but they're not good chefs. I believe that I have both within me. At my core, I'm a chef. I love seeing if I can tweak something to make it better. I love seeing if I can improve the shape of something. I like to see, artistically how the whole thing works together. Because the number one goal for me when I'm working on a face is that the face looks natural. If it doesn't look natural, if it looks weird or done or draws attention, there's absolutely no reason to even do any of the procedures, whether it be facial work, hair work, or anything. So the goal is to not draw the eye to it. And I think that if you are a good technician, you can get very good results in a technical way, but they can look very unaesthetic. And to me, that's the number one factor. I was at a meeting many years ago when I was listening to a well-known plastic surgeon from Dallas who's now passed away, but his facelifts looked very artificial. And he was showing the revision cases he was doing to fix facelifts. And the guy sitting next to me said, "Sam, I can't even tell the difference between a revision and not because they all look fake." Now, were the jaw lines pretty clean? Yes. Were the necks pretty clean? Yes. No doubt. But did the patients look absurd? Yes. And he probably couldn't see that they looked absurd. Otherwise, why would he be presenting these cases to the general audience out there as his good work or his revision works? Because he's seeing only the baker side of things and not the chef side. So I think when you're finding a facial plastic surgeon to do your work, you need someone that is technically gifted, but also artistically gifted. And you must be both left and right brained to see things. Actually, it was interesting. I did a test of looking at my division of my left and right brains, right brain being synthetic. In other words, looking at the whole picture, not synthetic like fake, but synthetic like seeing the whole picture. And the technical side, and I was 60% right, 40% left. And it's important to be able to see the big picture and not get lost into the small details, but it's also important to execute all the details well.